gonna say I've been watching the show Loudermilk that you're on recently. I just started watching that like 2 months ago. Been plowing through that. It's a great show. You're great in it too.
Thank you, man. I
Yeah.
appreciate it. I've been doing stand up my whole life. I never had an opportunity to try acting. And Peter Farrelly, who's the co creator of
Mm-hmm.
Loudermilk, just put me in this show. And I guess he had some faith in me. And the show I thought was over and done. It came out, it was on Amazon, didn't really get any traction. They just moved it over to Netflix on January 1st, and it's kind of blowing up. It's
I
like
think
one
that's
of the
when I
top.
started. Yeah, I think that's when I started watching it. It was right when it was on the Netflix, and I'm into this
It's
third season already.
it's crazy. It's like one of the top rated shows on Netflix,
Mm-hmm.
TV shows, and we're hoping to make more seasons now and everything. So I'm just thrilled to be able to do something as much as I like doing stand up, but to be able to try something different.
Do you because when I listen to your lines, it sounds like they're coming from a comedian. Did you write any of the lines on there or ad lib anything at all, or is it just the delivery in it that is really because the Farley brothers don't really do stand up. I mean, they're writers, right?
No, what's cool is the first season I was really nervous because I didn't know if I knew how to act, and I think I was doing okay. Peter Farrelly took me aside a couple weeks in on the set and
Mm-hmm.
said, he said, "Listen, man, uh, I don't want you to worry about the words that are on the page." He goes, "I know you're funny, and just, as long as you're conveying the thought and the idea, that's all I care about. So just feel free to play around."
Got
And
it.
that very next scene,
Mm-hmm.
I played around. I changed the words a little bit in a way that I thought would be a little bit better. Not that it's not already written great.
Right.
And then it got a laugh, like I heard where the directors were and everything. Everybody was laughing. I was like, wow, okay, there's something to this.
Mm-hmm.
And so from that point forward, they would always give me the freedom to just kind of wing it a little bit and play around with it a little bit. And I give Peter Farrelly a lot of credit for being cool like that.
Yeah, you can tell. You can tell in the character that it's a stand-up comedian delivering the lines, or it's more of like I don't know. I mean, it's just funnier, I think, maybe than regular. I don't know, a regular actor doing it.
I
But
appreciate it, man.
yeah,
Thanks.
it's a great show. It's called Loudermilk. Steve, and Dom, if you haven't seen it, it's on Netflix, and it's what 3 seasons, I guess.
3 seasons are out, and I guess they're doing talks right now to try to create some more. So we'll see.
Yeah,
That's great.
It's about recovery. It's like a dark comedy about.
it's real dark.
It's
it's
really
very
twisted.
dark. Yeah, it's twisted.
Ron Livingston plays Loudermilk, who runs a substance abuse group, and he's got like a bunch of guys that come. We're all recovering, and we're all in, we're all in bad shape, and he's kind of leading us to try to get off drugs and booze and that sort of thing, and then it goes from there out to our actual lives. And they gave me a lot to do in season 3, so I was really happy.
Yeah, that's where I'm at now with all the kids, like the 10 kids and that stuff. It's good. I don't want to give it away, but it's a good show.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Brian, we talk a lot with Dom about how the game's kind of shifted in this direction where if you're like trying to break through, you need kind of build a fan base through the internet. What's your opinion on how like stand-up's constantly changing, where like there was an era where you would like do JFL, you'd get representation, you'd try to get on a pilot, you'd build a fan base that way. Now people are like literally getting their phone and they're starting their career from there. Then they're building an act.
It's amazing to see that. We've had guys in here that never worked a club and were headlining at a theater. They jumped everything.
Right.
Yeah,
I don't know. I wouldn't even know how to advise somebody who was trying to.
No.
I swear, the world is so different. Like I wouldn't know how to. If somebody came up to me and said, "How do I get into stand-up comedy?" I would say, I don't know. I mean, it's so much different than when I started.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And I mean, I've been a comic 12 years, and I'm seeing.
You're kidding.
No.
Really?
I'm already seeing, for me, it's changed because I used to just hang at the clubs, watch headliners come in, learn that way, watch greats, see how people would work the door, get a job at a comedy club, start out as an local MC. Now people start out on their phones.
Yeah, man. Even though when you started, though, it really wasn't like that. I mean, it was moving towards this, but 2012, it wasn't even not the way it is now. I mean, since 2020, it's really picked up, at least online.
I used to, I just started at the comic strip, as we talked about, and then I went out on the road. Video, talk about how old I am.
I'm dead.
Well, I had to physically go everywhere to audition.
Right.
There was no
sending
tapes
the tape
weren't even a thing. VHS tapes weren't even a thing. That became a thing after I was out there for a while. I would go out and audition, or I'd be at a club. If I got lucky enough to be booked at a club, I would go, what's the closest club I can go audition at? And I'd grab a Greyhound bus and go to that town and audition there and try to get work for down the road. So I would just physically go to wherever club I could go to and get stage time and hope that they would book me.